All right, good afternoon, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Stamp Some Love. I am Rebecca Kay, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. This is not the normal time that I go live for Paper Pumpkins, but I had some technical difficulties the last time I tried to go live, so I think that we're okay today. So I wanted to jump on and put the kit together for the March 2026 Paper Pumpkin Fluttering Gardens. Um, the time slips away quickly, so I wanted to get this put together with you before the next issue comes out. So again, welcome to my channel. If you're probably not joining me live today, because again, I'm going live unannounced, but if you do watch the replay, please leave a comment. Let me know that you came back to view the YouTube replay. Like and share and subscribe. When you subscribe, then you will get notifications every time I go live, so you won't miss out on any of the fun things that I'm going to be having going on. So again, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca, and again, this is Stamp Some Love. So today we are going to be assembling the March Paper Pumpkin, which is Fluttering Garden is the theme. Now it makes 9 cards, and I will be putting 3 of the cards together today. So there's 3 cards of 3 different designs. And I will, like I said, be putting 1 card together from each design today. And then you'll have to come back at a later time and you can see the alternate projects that I made. Okay, but let's get started. If you're new to Paper Pumpkin, this is what you get in your kit. It's usually all sealed with your little insert with your address on it. So I've taken off the plastic wrap. And this is a nice sturdy cardboard box that you can be reused if you so choose. So let's open up here and see what we have. Okay, and this month there's 2 stamp sets, but first let's look and see what the ink is today. So you always get an ink and spot. It's called Stampin' Spot. And this month it's Basic Gray, which is a really good neutral color to have in your arsenal of craft supplies. Okay, the first stamp set is got all these beautiful hummingbirds, and we're going to come back to that. And then there's this additional stamp set that's got some beautiful leaves and flowers and foliage. So we'll come back to that as well. It comes nicely wrapped in this tissue paper, and I always keep the tissue paper because I use that for gift wrapping, or you can use it in your craft making as well. Okay, so we'll take that out for a second and fold this back up. Like I said, I won't reuse this. Who's not into recycling, right? Okay, and now I'm going to put this aside. Okay, so in addition to what we have here, today I'm going to be using my pad here to use for my stamping. I'm going to be using my chamois. I have moistened this. It's nice and damp. I keep it in this case. I'm going to be using my acrylic stamp block. I'm going to be using my bone folder to help crease the cards. I'll be using my Take Your Pick tool. If you're not familiar with this, it's quite fabulous. On this end, it's got, hold on, it's got putty that comes out that can help you pick up embellishments. So that's nice. On the other end, we have this sharp tool that you can use to help poke out papers on your dies, or you can loosen this and flip it over. And then it's got this spatula feature, which can help you pick up embellishments and put them on your cards. So I will be using my Take Your Pick tool. And I may or may not be using some Wink Stella. So I have my Wink Stella brush out here. We'll see if you feel like using that. But those are the tools that I'm going to be using in addition to what comes in the kit. Okay, so let's get started and open this puppy and see all of its beautifulness. And I hope that you guys can hear me okay. I have my audio on, so let's hope everything is a go. All right, so with your kit, you get these beautiful colored instructions, and there's an image on the front of each of the card designs. You open it up and you see that you have directions for each card. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Okay? And on the back you have, tells you what the kit components are and a little bit about the add-on that you can get. So the colors that are in this kit are Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Early Espresso, Gorgeous Grape, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Smoky Slate. So that's a lot. Now, if you don't have a pad like I do, you can use the cardboard that they insert to give you a better impression when you stamp. I'm going to put that aside because I don't need it, but I do save these for when I have classes, so that can be good to use. With your kit, you get this little insert, and I'm going to cut this in half here, that shows the images of your stamps. So the one stamp set is the Fluttering hummingbirds, and there are some sentiments that read birthday wishes, hello, wishing you a happy anniversary. And then this one, like I said, is images of floral designs, and I think those are going to be really beautiful. So we know that those are our stamps, the images. We have some embellishments. Let's take a look at these. And again, I like to save the packaging that these come in because you can reuse these. Okay, so we have our Stampin' Dimensionals, and we have our adhesive embellishments. Oh, these are just beautiful. Let's take these out and take a look at them if we can. Do something a little bit different here. I use my letter opener for a lot of things to open here. Okay, look at these. I don't know if you can see these, but there's some pastel colors in there and kind of a champagne color. So they're quite pretty. Okay, so we're going to have those. We've got the coordinating envelopes. These are all the same. Sometimes they're different, but aren't those beautiful? They have the images from that one stamp set. So that's nice how that coordinates with the stamp. So this looks like it is the Coastal Cabana shade of ink that is on the envelopes. We have our cardstock, and it looks like, let's see here, we've got several pieces of cardstock that look like they feel smooth, but they have a textured look to them, which is pretty cool. And then we have three pieces of cardstock that have, looks like a cutout here in the center, but it's not really a cutout, so it just has that image. It's a round circular image, so we've got that. For our die cuts, we have the thank you, I'm so grateful for you, have a blank Mother's Day, so you could stamp beautiful in there. We've got some labels, so we've got that. And we've got these beautiful die cut hummingbirds in different sizes. So those are the images that we have to work with today. Excuse me. I'm going to put that away. Hope everybody's doing good on this fine Sunday. We're finally getting some warm temperatures today, about 71 for our high, and I think it's finally stopped raining for a while. So really thankful for the rain that we got, though, because it's really greened things up, and the birds are quite happy because now they can have some water and some worms. Let's see, Smoky. Oh, this is Basic Gray. And I do have a regular size stamp pad in Basic Gray, so I'm going to use that today. These Stampin' Spots, I like to save these as gifts, so I will be using that. What else do we need here? So it looks like, first of all, let's take a look at our instructions. Oh, before we get started, hold up. I want to share some things with you. I just get so excited I forget. So next month's Paper Pumpkin will be the Lakeside Retreat, and that you could have subscribed March 11th through April 10th. The next one, though, that you'll be available to subscribe to is for May. The subscription period has already started, April 11th through May 10th. And we'll make 9 cards with that. And you'll get pre-cut pieces with silver foil, gem embellishments. And the coordinating colors for this particular kit in April will be Blackberry Bliss, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, Misty Moonlight, and the classic Stampin' Spot will be Night of Navy, and then there will also be some pumpkin pie. Shade, not actual pumpkin pie. Okay, so that will be a fun, unique card design. For June, speaks summer very much so to me. You will have 9 cards. It includes silver foil and pre-cut paper pieces, silver butterfly embellishments and linen thread, and the coordinating colors for that kit will be the Calypso Coral, and that will be the classic Stampin' Spot that will be included in that month's kit. You'll have Crushed Curry, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, and Pecan Pie. And the add-ons are this really cute dies here that you could use. I love the words die cut. There's almost always one word that they have in the add-on that's die cut, which is really nice to have. And then you can kind of build up your die library, as I call it, with the beautiful words. And then this kind of looks like a firework and butterfly and flowers, and this as well. So I think those are really cool, and I think you'll like those. And this is just a little bit larger image of next month's kit, with the theme is Sparkling Celebrations. And it kind of looks like a window or a doorway that opens, and the beautiful light fixtures. Those are really really pretty, like those paper light fixtures. And then here's the one for June. Again, it's a little bit larger. You can see the images and what it might be. Some silver foil and silver embellishments, so that'll be fun. Okay, and then these are the add-on die cuts that you get, that you can choose. You don't get them. You have to. These are an add-on, meaning that you have to purchase those separately from the paper pumpkin kits. But this is it for April, and this is what you'll be using for April. This is what will be used for the May paper pumpkin add-on, and these butterflies and flowers for June. So I think it's kind of fun. They've designated which images you'll be using for which month. Okay, and also I wanted to let you know about the Stampin' Up! Virtual Album Retreat. That's coming up the end of this month, and it is virtual. It's April 29th through May 1st, and it begins from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Time. You will craft with the new 2026 Virtual Album Retreat Happiness is Here kit. It's while supplies last, so you'll want to order that. So once you purchase the kit, you're automatically added into that class. You don't have to do any other kind of registration, and you'll be given a link to that Facebook Live for the retreat. This is a really fun idea if you enjoy scrapbooking, because you will learn new techniques, and you'll get this whole kit with all the things that you need for, you'll need some like adhesive and things like that, but this will be paper and stamps and things to make 10 spreads, okay, meaning 10 2-page spreads. So I think that you would really enjoy it. You get to use some new fun ink colors and designer series paper that's unique to this kit. And again, you will get to learn some new techniques to kind of jazz up your scrapbooking. And that's always fun, right? Okay, I think that's the highlights for now. So let's get started on our cards. And our instructions show us that we're going to use the card base that has that circle on the front. So let's grab one of those. Okay, and we've got it like this, and we're going to fold it in half. And as I said, I like to use my bone folder to give it a good crease. If at any time you cannot see my hands in the video, let me know, because if you're watching live, because I get busy crafting here and I'm not paying attention to the screen. So I appreciate if you let me know. Okay, so we've got our card base, and it looks like we're going to use, excuse me, we're going to bring in our die cut images here. We're going to use this round one that reads, "I'm so grateful for you." We're going to pop that out, and we're going to get some of our birds here. Let's see which ones we're going to use. It looks like it's kind of hard to tell which ones exactly we're going to use. I'm going to pop out a couple of these and just see what's different, if they are different or the same. So let's just pop some of these out and see what we have, and see how different these different die cuts are. Okay. Okay. Going to kind of measure and see if these are the same or not. So these two have are a little bit different. Okay. That's different. That's bigger yet. Then maybe the largest hummingbird there. We've got that little image that goes that way, and then that image that goes that way. Now, as far as determining which bird image to use, we're just going to guess. And if we're wrong, oh well, who's going to know, right? We're going to do our own thing. So I'm going to flip over. I think what I can tell is, I think it's this one that seems pretty sharp. No, I think it's this one, honestly. I think it's this one here, and then this one with the green that goes here. So I think these are the two bird images we're going to use for this card. So these other images, die cuts, I'm going to put to the side for a different card that we'll be making. Okay, so we're going to flip these over. Try to make sure those are all right side up. And have these like so. So we're going to take our Stampin' Dimensionals and put some of them. I just kind of bend them and break them so you can kind of get to them a little bit easier. Otherwise, it could be a challenge. Okay. Then we're going to put that here, up here. Looks like we just need two for this one. All right, put that one back. Got an extra there. Okay. All right, and then on this card, the instructions indicate that we're going to use one of our stamps, and we're going to stamp it on the card front to go around this circle. So it will almost look like a wreath effect. So let's try that. And now sometimes when you get your stamps, they're pretty sticky and they want to stick to you instead of everything else. So let's see if this is going to work. I think I'm going to get a different stamp block because this kind of looks like a large stamp. Let's see what we got here. So whoops, we're going to put this here and get that stuck on there. Okay, now going to get our gray ink out here, and just give me a second here. I'm going to get some scratch paper. Oh, I have it right here. No. Let's try this. Okay, got some paper there. But we can do a little practice now before we actually stamp on the card and see how we like this. I'm just going to put this like so. And when I have a larger stamp like this, instead of taking the stamp and putting it in the ink, because this can kind of be cumbersome, I bring the ink pad to the stamp. Oh wow, this looks like a beautiful stamp. Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful image. Okay, I'll flip it over, do it this way too. Okay, and I just want to stamp on here and try to see how that's going to work. All right, so we've got that. So I'm going to ink it up again. And I'm going to stamp it the other way to try to form a wreath. So let's do this. And we're just going to kind of go. They don't have it touching exactly, so we're just going to go like that. Oh, look at the detail in that stamp. Look at this, you guys. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love this stamp. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, now that we've practiced and we kind of know what's what, I'm going to put this scrap paper aside and bring in our card. Put it on my spot here and just get to stamping some more. Okay. Let's try to see what we can do here. And it looks like it's going to be right around I'm just kind of winging it here, so we'll see how we like this. It's okay. Oops, and look, I've already got ink on me. Hold up. Just get a tissue here to wipe that ink off with my thumb so I don't spread it all over the card and make a complete mess. All right, let's try this one again. Okay. Okay. So we've got our stamped image. I'm going to close up my ink pad, get my chamois out, do a little scrub-a-dub-dub, get that ink off of there. That's nice and clean. Did I get it all? There we go. Nice and clean. Okay. Put that aside for a second. Okay, now it tells us we're just going to put our... Oh, so that's nice. That kind of covers that up. Okay. So let's just kind of center this on here as best we can. Isn't that beautiful? I am so grateful for you. And then we're going to put on our little birds. And just like so. Oh, I'm going to move that just a little bit. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right. We're going to add our other little hummingbird. I think we're going to add that just kind of like that. There. And I might put a little dab of glue right here just because I've kind of bent it. It wants to come up and I don't want it to come up. So let's see if we can just put a little glue on there and hold that like so. Okay. I'm just going to dab that a little bit so that doesn't smudge. All right, you guys. Now we need some little embellishments. And it looks like we're going to use, from the instructions, we're going to use 2 large ones and 3 small ones. And of course, they have suggestions on where you can put those on your card for placement. I'll keep my card straight. That always helps. All right, and then I think I'll do one little one up here. Or maybe medium one. Let's do a medium one up here. Oh, stuck to my finger. Okay, maybe. Hmm. This little devil wants to go everywhere but where I want it. Let's try it one more time, and if not, then we'll have to get a new one. Okay, let's just get a new one. Let's see if we have better luck. There we go. Okay, so that is card number 1. What do you think? Can you guys see okay? Is the light okay? All right, I'm so grateful for you. So that's a very pretty card. I like the simplicity of just the white background and the gray stamped image. I think that adds a nice simplicity to the card design, so I really like that. Okay, we'll put that aside and we'll move on to card number 2. Now let's see what they have in store for us. Okay, put that aside for a minute, and we are going to get the card base that is plain. So we have this card base we're going to use. Fold that in half where it's scored. Finish it with our bone folder. And let's see what they have us using. Okay, it looks like we're going to have a blank Mother's Day. And then we're going to use this long die cut label. Pop that out. And what else are we going to use? We're going to use one of our birds. Looks like one of the large ones here. I think this large one we're going to use. So cool. Get that. Come here, little bird. So we've got those 3. And then we need beautiful. Where's our beautiful stamp image here? Okay, so we have this little die cut that reads beautiful. So we're going to pop that out. I like this script. Isn't that a beautiful font? The word beautiful is beautiful. Okay, so those are the items that we're going to use for this. Let's go ahead and before we do anything, let's look at also our next step. Okay, it looks like we're going to take that same floral stamp. Make sure that's the case. Yeah. And we are going to, we're going to use 2 stamps. So we're going to use the stamp that we just used, this really large one. And then we're going to use the smaller one. So let's go ahead and get that on a block. And we'll use this small acrylic block here. Let's see how they want us on it. Looks like they want that. Kind of like that. So, okay, we're just going to put that on there and see what we can do. All right, so we've got our 2 stamps on there, and let's see what they want us to do. Okay, we're just going to wing this. All right, let's ink up our stamp and see. And as you know, this doesn't have to be exact. We can do whatever we want. It's our card design, right? It looks like we want to do like a stamp up here. Take that image off. And then, this is kind of interesting. I'm going to take the smaller stamp because I want to see how this is going to play out. And let's see how they have us doing this. It's kind of hard to tell. think they've got us stamping this downward like so. And then, see how I want to do this. I'm going to go back and I'm going to stamp this image here. And I'm going to do it like that. It's going to be close, but that's okay. Give it a good press. It's not such a big stamp. I want to make sure I'm getting a good impression everywhere lift up. All right, and I'm going to take that smaller stamp again and stamp it up top here. Okay, so it's a little bit eclectic kind of looking, I think. That's what I would call it. Hope I can keep my fingers out of the ink today, but so far. All right, so we've got our stamp images on there. Now we are going to put some adhesive on the back of our items here. So we are going to flip this over and put 4 dimensionals on the back of that. So those of you that may be watching the replay, let me know if you have put your kit together yet this month. And if you've mailed out any of your paper pumpkin cards that you made. It shows it this way, so we're going to flip that. It feels like the top, so I'm going to flip that over to the back. I love my paper pumpkin. I look forward to it. It makes it easy for me to get cards done, no matter what the occasion. So I really appreciate that they've done all the hard work. And people love to receive a card in the mail, I've got to tell you. Who doesn't like to receive some happy mail? I think it's our way of spreading a little joy in the world. Okay, so we need this little beautiful image. Oops. And we are going to put it like so. And we need, looks like 2 Stampin' Dimensionals there as well. Sorry, I got busy looking at something else. Squirrel. Okay. So now all we have to do is assemble. And I want to see how I want to do this. I think what we're going to do, I'm going to do a dry fit, what they call a dry fit, before I actually apply everything. So I'm going to put that like so. I'm going to do this. All of that. Oh, lots of layering here, my goodness. We're going to have a beautiful Mother's Day. And then our hummingbird, which will be like so. So I'm loving that. Okay. All right, so let's go back now that we've done our dry fit, kind of have an idea of what's going on. Let's go ahead and put it together. Let me know what you think of this month's card kit too. I think that it's just a nice, soft elegance that I really like. Okay. Sometimes it's fun to have all the things in your kit, and sometimes it's nice just to have a simple kit to put together. I think this one fits that bill. Just like so. And we'll put our beautiful, beautiful word on here. Okay, that's on there. Oh, one more. I thought I had all those. Okay, I do. All right, so here I'm just going to kind of there. Okay, and then let's have some bling. Every card needs some bling. And let's see. One from here. I might use my fingers, it's just as easy, I think. Here. Let's try another large one over here. Okay, so there you have your second card. Have a beautiful Mother's Day, and that's quite lovely. I really like that. Okay, moving on to card number 3. Oh, but before I go any further, let me do a little swish swish here on the chamois. If you don't have a chamois, I would highly recommend them to you. They're like $9, but they last forever. And it's just nice to have a quick way to clean your stamps that you're crafting. Okay, card number 3, we're going to use that plain card base again. And this card design is going to be what they call landscape. So we'll fold it in half, and then it's going to be open top from bottom instead of side to side. All right, so fold it like so. Okay, and we'll have it like this. All right, now let's see what we need. We need the big thank you die cut. I'll pop that out. All right, and we're going to need, I think it looks like the three smaller little hummingbirds, but let's see what we've got. We'll flip them over and see, because that might tell us. I think I've got some glue stuck in here somewhere, tape. Let's see what that one is. Okay, that one. Okay, that's not that one, so let's see what other ones we need here. Like I said, I think it's a little bit challenging to determine which hummingbird we're supposed to use, but we'll give it a go. Okay, I think that's the second one. And let's try this one. And that's the third one. Okay, because it looks like a lobster to me. All right. And then we're going to use, oh, I love this stamp too. I haven't even used it yet. Okay, we're going to use the stamp that has the flowers. So let's get that on our block. Oh, let's do it like that even. Okay. Helps if you do it right. There we go. Now we have it. Okay. So it looks like we're going to be stamping this image across the bottom of our card base. So let's look at that. Get our stamping pad in here. I can already tell this is going to be one of my favorite stamps. It's just beautiful. Okay, now let's see if we can. And your guess is as good as mine as to where to start on there. I'm just kind of trying to do a visual guess. A good press so that it gets through there. Get a good imprint and lift straight up. And then we'll do that again. Seriously, I need to stop sticking my fingers in ink. Okay, let's try this one here. Got glue on there, right? I think I like inking this upside down here like this. I just feel like I get better ink on there. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Lift straight up. Looks like there will be 4 of these stamped across, so just kind of doing guesswork here. Oh, I'm out of sight, aren't I? Hold on. There we go. It'd be nice to have a flower garden this pretty, that's for sure. Now I've gone all the way across from left to right, but a person could, which I sometimes do, is I start to the left and then I go to the right and work my way in to make sure it's centered, but I think we did a really good job here, so I'm pretty proud of that. And I think it's important to clean your stamps right away so you don't forget. So that's done. All right, now let's see what we're going to do. We are going to put a lot of dimensionals right here on this word here. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, that's there. Put a couple here. Looks like each bird gets 2 little Stampin' Dimensionals. Oh, wait a second. I think that's a duplicate, so let me go see. There we go. This is the one I want right here. All right. I think we've got all of our dimensionals on there. So now, gosh, I really love this stamp. Okay, this is going to be a keeper stamp. Let's see what we want to do first. I think the first thing we want to do is put down our thank you sentiment. Just kind of like so. Kind of center it the best you can. Really hate to cover up those flowers, you know. But here we go. All right. So we've got that on there. Let's see what birds we're going to use. I think this one is going to go. That one's going to go there. Again, I'm doing a little dry fit a little bit here. Oh, this is going to go here. And this will go up here. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Let's do this. All right. I think that looks good right there. My sister and a niece have a hummingbird feeder in their backyard, patio, I should say, and they are drawing some really pretty little birds. And this, I think, is good right here. All right, then we're going to use our embellishments. And I'm just going to pop these kind of everywhere. Okay. And there, friends, we have card number 3 all done. Now, these were pretty simple cards, I think. So, shouldn't take you too long to put these together, and then you've got some really nice cards to put in the mail. You have one for Mother's Day, one for just I'm grateful for you, and a lovely thank you card. And then you've got these beautiful envelopes that are complimentary to the hummingbirds. See how those pick up? I don't know if you can see how this coastal cabana that is the shade of the envelopes is always also in the hummingbirds, and so when you put them together like that, it really pops the colors in the hummingbirds. So I think that's really lovely. Also, I've noticed that these flowers are big enough on this particular stamp image that you could use a Stampin' Blend, any color, and color those in. And you could actually do that on the envelopes too if you so desired. So that's another look that you could add. Same thing with this stamped image here. You could color in the foliage and the leaves a little bit and add some different colors. So that's a really fun idea too. So you've got 3 great cards. We followed the instructions that came with the paper pumpkin kit. And I think you've got 3 lovely cards to put in the mail to someone or to give someone and make them have a happy day. All right. Well, I appreciate you joining me today. Again, please leave a comment if you came back and watched the recording. And let me know if you put your kit together, if you've started to assemble it. And then I'm going to try to, in the next few days, come back and show you some alternative projects with the with this kit. So again, like, subscribe, and that way when you subscribe, you will know when I go live on the YouTube channel, Stamp Some Love. All right, thanks again for joining me today, and we'll see you all again very soon. Have a great day.